This is a video intended for the Luke 140 Syndicate. Well guys, it's been a long time coming, but we finally got Luke back out to the eventing competition. It's actually not the first time he's been to a show. We've done one dressage show and one show jumping show. Now the dressage show went really well. That was a month or so ago at Great Meadow, and he did very well there. And then last week he was a disaster. We took him up to Princeton, and I think I jumped him in the meter 10, and he warmed up great, but he was a maniac in the ring. There was music playing, the flags were banging on the flag poles, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to send you the video. It was horrible. So anyway, I cut Luke's grain right back, so he's on very low energy food, and he was still a little bit sharp and nervous today, but so much better. Now that he's in a bit more work, we can, and it's hot weather, he's starting to settle down a bit more, and and we've also got this new treadmill. So he's going on a treadmill every morning to try and get a little bit of his extravagant, nervous energy out of him. He did really good in the dressage. The dressage judge loved him. He got a score of 21, which is pretty much 8s and 9s every mark. By saying that, it is the modified division, which is usually for younger up-and-coming horses, and I intentionally put Luke in the modified just because I wanted a very, very easy, soft, slow cross-country and show jumping round. We're still we're over a year from our injury, but I think it's important to gently build him back up to full fitness. So my plan was to just get him through this event. I knew he'd be a bit excited, and I also wanted a track where the jumps weren't that big and punishing on his legs, and that I could intentionally go around slowly. So he was good. You'll see the show jumping was good. We had one pole down. I sort of was more worried about him tearing off and racing at the jumps and spooking and shying. And he was actually very good to my surprise. And we just had a casual rail behind, which I'm not too fussed about. We know he's a top show jumper. And then the cross country, he was a good boy. By then he was a little bit tired, and by the time we went cross country, it was lunchtime and it was pretty hot. So we'll have a relatively easy couple of days with Luke. Get the vet to check him over, and if all goes well, I'll probably take him to a show jumping show at the end of next week up in Princeton again. I think the more I can get him out and get him exposed to the excitement of being off the farm, the better. We did a bit of work with Peter Gray, a dressage judge this week, and then he's at a place now where I'll start training him again with Peter Wild and Eric Devander. I've sort of been nursing him along the last couple of months, just getting him fit and healthy, but I think now it's time to crack on with him. My next event would most likely be the 2-star short at Great Meadow. Again, this will be just another easier event for him. Don't forget he's a 4-star horse, so we're going to be competing in the 2-star level, which should be very easy for him. But again, the jump's a bit smaller, and just slowly building him back up to that 4-star level. My ultimate goal this year would be to compete him at Tryon 4-star long. Now that's in November. And that's the equivalent of, if you remember when we won the event in Galway in California and at New Jersey, last year. So it would be a good 10-minute track at Tryon, big tough course. And I believe if we get through that unscathed, he'll be ready for Kentucky 5-star next year. That's my ultimate goal. Obviously, plans can change, but at the moment Luke's in good health. We've had the vets checking his legs over. and he's still a little bit fat, to be honest. Like, he lost a lot of his muscle and condition a bit from having a long break, so I've got to get a little bit of belly weight off him. He's doing a lot of long, slow canters on the track, and yeah, probably next month I'll start introducing a little bit more speed work. That was our rail behind, if you saw it, just cop down the hind legs. I'll start introducing a little bit of speed work up the hills, yeah, starting in August, which should have him fit as a fiddle and raring to go for Tryon. Basically, you know, I think Luke, long-term wise, we're always, you know, from here on out, we're thinking about the 5 stars and Olympic Games and championships, and everything's focused towards that. I'm not too worried about any great results at these lead-up events. It's more keeping him healthy and confident, sound, and humming along. He's obviously one of the best horses out there, so it's my job as the trainer to get him at the top level and maintain him at the top level for a long period of time, because I do think he's one of the greats. And different to racing, these horses, they've got years and years ahead of them.